a police officer arrived at a convenience store to use the restroom. Suddenly, he noticed bubbles coming up from the floor. His years of experience told him something wasn't right. Before leaving, he opened a small window in the restroom. Then he drove around to the back of the convenience store. After confirming that no one was inside the restroom, Ben quietly climbed in through the window. He carefully locked the door from the inside. Then he pulled out a knife and sliced open one of the floor tiles. There was definitely something going on here. Beneath the tile, he discovered a hidden space. Ben called dispatch to request backup, but due to limited personnel, they were unable to assist. Just then, Ben heard the sound of a woman crying from down in the tunnel. He decided to go in alone. First, he smashed the restroom mirror and picked out one of the larger shards of glass. Then, he quietly climbed down. The tunnel was narrow and dark. He hadn't gone far when the crying grew louder and closer, so he quickly ducked into a small alcove nearby. Then he pulled out the shard of glass he had taken earlier to get a better view. He saw several men forcing a woman to walk toward him. Ben knew he had no choice but to take a risk and fight, but he was alone, and there were 4 of them. As 2 of the men moved in to attack him, Ben suddenly pulled out a can of pepper spray and sprayed them in the face. He managed to take down all of the criminals, but because it was such a confined space, Ben also ended up choking on the pepper spray himself. When he finally emerged from the tunnel, he learned that he had uncovered a major human trafficking and drug operation, but when his superiors saw him, there was no praise or recognition.
You know damn well you shouldn't have gone down there.
What are you gonna do, fire me?
The boss couldn't do anything about it either, because it was Ben's last day before retirement, and when Ben asked to stay on and continue working the case, his request was denied.